Okay, here we are. So today is Monday the 15th, baby, the 15th of June. So I think that we have, little time to finish the semester because we finish in July the 31st, I guess. Well, anyway, today we have to, Ricardo Nunez, he told me that he was supposed to finish some parts of the unit 4, and he asked me to finish with the unit. So I'm going to finish with the unit. So I'm going to go to the review. Okay, Kimberly? And also, I don't know, Kimberly, if you could see that last night I sent, an extra review of the units from 1-4 to 4, I mean, from 4A to 4F, right? So,
Yes,
but
I
yeah,
saw them.
yeah, okay. So, but first we're going to work with the review first that is in the book, okay? And then we can start working together, with the other review because this one is, I mean, it's very, I think, it has little information about the units we have studied, okay? So maybe we can, share the screen, right, to see, especially for people who don't have the book. I want to share this, right? Oops, sorry. Here we are. Compartir. Okay. Okay. Live 4. All right. Yeah, this is number 4. Oh, the wind moves all the doors in this, house. That's why I know that there is a lot of wind. Yeah, so this is the review, Kimberly, of the unit. So we are going to have a little bit of zoom here. Yeah. Okay. So this is the review, okay, Kimberly? So what we have here is, of course, what we have studied before, right? So in the first part, there is a picture that we can see, people here, right? Lots of people. They look, I think, very young, right? And they are student chefs, as you see, right? It says, look at the photo of student chefs in China, and they are cooking something. They are cooking vegetables. And the question is, what do you think they are thinking about? Look at this, look at their faces. Maybe we can have an idea. You see, I mean, we have 1, 2, 3, and then I see another one here, 4, 5. At about, I think.
I think they're very concentrated on what they're doing because none of them are looking at each other. They're just staring at the pan.
Yeah, so they are, you see, they are cooking. Yeah, they are very concentrated. Maybe since they are so concentrated, maybe they are thinking about their future as, as chefs, right? Because now they are students, but maybe in a year or less, they will be, as, or they will receive the certificate as, chefs. So maybe they're thinking about that. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking about work opportunities. Maybe they're thinking about staying in China, or maybe traveling to another, city in China, or maybe traveling abroad to look for a good place where to work, you see, as chefs, and where they can also learn more, right? I don't know what you think. If you have more ideas in mind, right? Because I know that they look very concentrated. Yes, but maybe in their heads, in their minds, when you are studying something, you always start thinking about your future, right? We always think about, I mean, what possibilities we can find in the future. I mean, where we can work, if we're going to work here in our hometown, or if we are going to find a job maybe in another city, or why not in another country. You see, I think that maybe these chefs are thinking about their future, right? Also, don't you think so?
Yes, I think it can be a possibility.
Yeah, maybe they are thinking about, their plans that they are going to find a job, as I told you. in a good place, maybe in a very prestigious, for example, restaurant, or in a prestigious restaurant in a hotel, you see, etc. Right? Maybe they are thinking about, I think, that these possibilities. We always think about the places where we are going to work in the future, right? This is something that worries, people in general. Okay, let's go to the number 2 then. It says complete the comments. Yeah, the comments with one word only. Which do you think were made by the Chinese student chefs in the photo? Okay, first we're going to complete only with one word. Okay, it says I'm sure. Yeah, in this case, Kimberly, we have to bring to our mind. Bring it back, I mean, information about what we studied before about the use of future, right? We studied, remember, Kimberly, predictions. When we use predictions, we talk about will. And remember that when we use will, we said that when we are sure about, when we are certain, when we are sure that something will happen, we use will, right? That's what we say in predictions, right? And also we say that we use predictions also with might, with may, with could. But when we are not certain, so when, I mean, maybe when the speaker, you see, I mean, is not sure, it's not sure. Hello, Tiare. And
Hello, Miss.
hello, how are you? Or when, when we talk about that something is possible, right? So that is when we are not sure, when we're not certain. Okay, and also, because this is a revision of everything, so in one item we have everything. So here probably we will have, apart from will, used as predictions, and also, as I told you, may, might, and could as predictions too. But when we are not certain, when the speakers are not certain, when they think that maybe this is possible, right? And on the other hand, we have future. We study future. You see, future will, future be going to, and future, with the present continuous, you see, showing arrangements. Do you remember that? So all these things, all this information, we have to try to bring it back to this exercise. Okay. So let's start with number 1. The number 1 says, I'm sure. Yeah, this is something very important that we have to keep in mind all the time, because the guy says, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah, when we say I'm sure, he's certain about something, right? So when he's certain, remember that we said that we use will, right? So I'm sure nobody will, and that's it, because the verb is there, be. You see, nobody will be able to eat this. Maybe we don't know what they are cooking, right? But maybe since they are students, maybe they don't feel very sure about what they are cooking or how the food will taste, right? Well, so in this case, only for this thing, I'm sure. So this person, maybe this student, because it's a student that is saying this, I'm sure, right? In my mind, immediately, I think about the use of will. So here you're going to write then, I'm sure nobody will be able to eat this. Okay? So in a test, if you see this, of course, then you have to think about will immediately, right? Okay, I think, then it says, I think I change jobs soon. Okay, I think. Yeah, when the person says, I think, you see, maybe he's thinking about, a prediction maybe, but it's not that the person is certain about it, right? It's not certain, it's not sure. So maybe it's a possibility. So in that case, think about this possibility, something that is possible, but maybe far from certain. I can use, for example, I think I might change jobs soon, right? So I'm just going to, yes.
In that one, could it be I'll probably change job soon?
Yeah, it could be. It could be, right? Yeah, but I'm just using may or might, you see, or will, etc. Yeah, we can also ask, for example, use an adverb if possible, right? In that case, you can use the adverb, but here it's not necessary. I think I might change jobs soon, since I have another one at the end soon. Number 3, I having a drink on my next break. Yeah, okay. In this case, you see, the guy says, the student says, on my next break. So he's giving us information about the time on my next break. So what he does here, this is something that he has arranged to do, because he says my next break, right? And here we have having, you see, having. So this is part of the verb that is done here. So what I need to complete here is only with what? Do you remember future?
Verb to be.
Yeah, okay. So what do you write them? I
am having.
Yeah, I am having, correct. I am having a drink on my next break, right? This is, an arrangement. And in this case, you know that for future arrangements, we always, but always use present continuous. That's why we say, I am having a drink on my next break. So this is something that the guy has thought before, you see, has thought in advance that he's going to do something. And this is what he's going to do. He's waiting, right, for this time. So he says, I'm having a drink on my next break. Okay. In number 4, up to here, I'm going to do up to here. This, here we have an adverb. Definitely, definitely. Right. Okay. Remember that I told you, I don't know if you remember, that when we use definitely, it's because the person is certain, because the person is sure, right? So when he's sure about it, we use, remember, this. What do you use when you're sure about something?
Will.
Will. Okay. So this will definitely impress the diners. Okay, good. That's correct. This will definitely. And remember the position of the adverbs, right? This will definitely impress. The verb is impress. Okay, now you think about number 5 up to number 10. In number 5, what do you have there? It says, I be the best chef in the country, right? Okay, so maybe when you say the teacher, for example, be the best teacher in the country, well, this is something that you say that you feel like you see very certain about, this statement. So you tell everybody because you have, for example, you have studied a lot, you have studied for 5 years. So you say now, for example, well, or I, the best teacher in the world, or the best, chef in the country, etc. So the guy feels, I think, very
Will.
Yeah, good. So I say, I will be. You see, I will be the best chef in the country. Correct. All right. Number 6. Yeah, in number 6, we are talking about other things now. We're using future for other purposes because we have here, my parents are going. Be proud of me.
Are going to be proud of me.
Yeah, my parents are going to be proud of me. Okay, so this is, maybe something that he feels that this is a plan, but it's something that their parents are going to feel in the future. So my parents are going to be very proud of me. Okay, now then we move to may. When we talk about predictions, remember we talk about could, might, may, etc. May also talks about possibilities, but may implies like someone is like less certain that this will happen. So that's why we use may. So this may what? Turn out as I expected. Only one thing, maybe. This
may not.
Yeah, good. That's it. Yeah, this may not. That's the only thing that we can put here. Not. This may not turn out as I expected. Puede que sí, puede que no pase. Puede que sí, puede que no. Que esto no salga así como lo que él ha esperado. This may not, negative. this may not turn out as I expected. Number 8, it says, wow, my hat is to catch fire. Yeah, my hat.
Going to.
Yeah, okay. So this it says here, this is the one that, no. Wow, it says, wow. My hat is, yeah, wait a minute. My hat is, what do you say, Kiari? My hat is?
Going to.
Yes, okay. My hat is going to catch fire. What is the idea of this? ¿Qué idea tiene esto? My hat is going, when a guy says, wow, my hat is going to catch fire. There is evidence. ¿Se acuerdan que yo les contaba que el futuro, el be going to? ¿Se acuerdan del be going to? That is also used not only for plans, you know, that you have for the near future or for the future, like next year or whatever, but also when you have some evidences, when you have evidences, and here in the picture, we have a lot of evidences. You see fire everywhere. So maybe that's why the guy says, wow, my hat is going to catch fire. So the evidence is that we see fire here everywhere. So this is the evidence that I can say that, wow, my hat is going to catch fire. It's like the same when we say in this moment, for example. Now, if you go to my balcony and you see the ocean, you see the sea, and I say, oh, you know, it's going to rain, for example, soon. It is going to rain. So I use this because I have an evidence, and the evidence is that it's kind of dark. You know, the sky is dark, and I see that the ocean is different, right? There is a lot of wind. So I think that it's going to rain, right? So this is the evidence, the weather, the clouds. You see the color of the clouds. All right. My friends believe me when I tell them about my day. Okay. So maybe my friends, when I tell them about my day, my friends maybe they are not going to, this is something that the guy feels.
I wrote, my friends won't
Won't,
believe me.
exactly. My friends won't. Remember that the negative of will is won't. So my friends, that's what they are checking here, the negative of will. My friends won't, according to the context, this is perfect. So my friends won't believe me when I tell them about my day. All right. Number 10, it says here, I'm take out for dinner tonight. Okay, so this is very simple because here, pay attention, tonight, for dinner tonight. So this person, you know, this student has an arrangement for tonight, for dinner tonight. So I immediately think about an arrangement. And when I talk about an arrangement, I use present continuous. Do you remember? So here we say, I am what? I am
Going?
no, I am. What is the verb that you can use here? I am. Remember, take out here is used as a noun. Está usado como sustantivo, take out. Take out is the food and drinks that you, buy in a, let's say, in a store or in a restaurant. But you don't, have that food there. You take it home. So I am. What is a typical verb that we use with when you buy food? Get. Remember get? So if you put get in context, how do you put it in the correct way? I am
Getting.
Okay, I am getting. I'm getting takeout for dinner tonight. Okay, I'm getting. Remember that food, takeout is a noun here, and it means food, and drink to be consumed, you see, off promises, off the place. That's promises, right? Premises, not promises. Premises in English means also site, right? The site, the local shop, site, premises. So that's why I say off premises, right? So this is, take out for dinner tonight. Okay, now it says, Work in pairs. Imagine your students in the photo and ask each other about your plans when the course ends. Yeah. If I ask about, well, if we think about the first, I mean, they also ask here, you see, that which do you think were made by the Chinese student chefs in the photo? Maybe we can think about which of these comments do you think were made by some of the students' chefs in the photo? Maybe number 5, for example, or not? Don't you think so? Number 5, when the guy says, I will be the best chef in the country, because he's studying, right? He's studying in a school, right, to become a chef. And maybe he feels, you know, that he has all the skills, the qualities, and also you see the qualifications to become a good chef. That's why he says, I will be the best chef in the country. So I think this comment was made, I think, by one of these Chinese students chefs, right?
I think also number 8, my hat is going to catch fire.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because we see in the picture, we see the evidence. Yes, I agree with you. I think this is also correct. Any other that you can think, any other comment that you can think was made by one of these student chefs?
Number 4, maybe?
Yeah, number 4, this will definitely impress. Yeah, okay. Yeah, the diners. All right. Yes, I agree. Yes. Okay, now we can go to this because this is very important in terms of understanding, you see, the uses of, I mean, a future. Uh, Ask each other about your plans for when the course ends. Your plans. When we talk about plans, remember we usually use the verb, I mean, be, going to. When we talk about for plans, things that we have arranged, you know, before we talk about our plans. So yeah, can you, I mean, for example, imagine that both of you are, you know, students in this photo, and I'm going to ask you about, you know, your plans, and then you answer me. For example, Tiare, do you have any plans when you finish your course? This course you're studying now, you know, I mean, to become a chef. And when you finish this course, what are your plans?
I'm going to work in Claudio Mata School, maybe,
Mhm.
and I'm going to travel to USA.
To the USA?
Sorry. In what context? I am a chef.
Yes, you're a chef.
Sorry.
Yeah, but
And I'm going to participate on MasterChef.
okay, yeah, because in MasterChef, you're supposed that you're going to learn also new techniques, you see, about how to prepare, you know, food, how to decorate, for example, different dishes, right? Yes, okay. And Kimberly, what about you? What are your plans when you finish this course as a chef, as a chef, right? What are your plans?
I would like to work in a hotel, maybe preparing the food.
Mhm.
And afterwards, maybe I would like to travel to another place so I can work in a restaurant there.
Yeah, so you're going to travel then. You say I'm going to travel to another country. Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to.
Because
Okay.
yeah, because in other countries, yeah, you are going to learn maybe more and you are going to learn new things probably, right? New things.
Mhm.
And
Yes.
you have
New
also,
recipe.
yeah, maybe you can have let's say different kinds of things that you can learn. Have you ever watched a program that is called I think it's Boss, Cake Boss or something like that? That has to do, it's a chef in the US that he makes, for example, especially he makes, you know, cakes, but big cakes, immense cakes with different designs. For example, a company that is going to be 30 years, they ask this person, you see, to prepare a cake, but the name of the company is, for example, airline. So he has to make a big cake with the shape of a plane, and he does it. And the guy is fantastic in his, you know, activity.
You're talking about Cake Boss?
Yeah, have you ever seen?
Ah,
Oh,
yes, I used to really like that show.
oh, he's very incredible. I mean, he has made different things, you know, but the thing is that, you know, that calls my attention is the fact that, you know, he designs the cakes, but exactly as, you know, they are. So he represents, for example, the company, the name of the company, or what the people want him to do. It's very, very, very fantastic. And the things, I mean, people say that the things taste very delicious. He's a very impressive, he's like an artist, I think, right? Okay, then it says here, I can make predictions about the future events. Okay, very fast. Tiare, can you think about any prediction? Can you make any prediction about the future? Especially today, we have many things in mind that we can predict for the future. Using will or using, if you're certain about something, remember, use will. If you're not certain, if you think that is possible, but far from certain, very far, we use might. Is less certain that will happen,
I
maybe you
think
can
she's
say.
not here.
Sorry?
I
No,
think she's not here.
she's not here. Maybe she went to see, I mean,
Yeah, her mom was
video.
calling her.
Yeah,
So she
maybe.
said she was going to be back in a few
Okay,
minutes.
all right. So, Kimberly, can you think about any prediction about the future?
Regarding the chef thing,
Oh, no, it could be about anything, anything,
okay.
any issue, any
Um,
topic, anything.
okay, I'm just gonna use a simple one. I think it might rain today.
Ah, okay, right. Okay, good. For example, here when the person says, you know, show different degrees of certainty about predictions, may, might, could. Yeah. Remember that we had a diagram with levels, you see, with degrees of certainty. So when we say, when something, for example, in the case of something is possible, but far, but very far from certain, in that case, we use might, Kimberly, right? Might. When we say, for example, may, in the case of may, when it's less certain, right? Less certain, but this will happen. In that case, we use may, right?
Mhm.
And well, could, everybody knows could when it's something is probable, could, it could happen or it couldn't, right? But the most important was these two, might, it's possible, might, but very far from center, far, right? And then we
Okay.
have may, which is less certain that this will happen, may. And,
Okay, so in
and
this
then we have,
context, I would
sorry?
have to use, in this context, I would have to use something like it will rain later on the day, something like that.
Yeah, or we can say,
Like
for
you said.
example, yeah, or if you say it's possible for you, it's possible, but far from certain. I say, for example, I think I might. So this is something
Okay.
that is possible, but far. Maybe I don't know when this will happen. When I say,
Okay.
I think I might, for example, I think I might live in the south of Chile. You see, I think I might live in the south of Chile. So this is possible, but maybe far from certain. Maybe in 3 years or in 10 years, we don't know, right? So I can use might in this case, right? When I say, I think I might live in the south of Chile. So the idea that comes to your mind is that, yeah, it's possible, right? But maybe far, the idea in the line, far from center, right? From certain. And in the case of may, for example, I can say, for instance, this this is less certain, but this will happen. This, for example, I say, okay, this or scientists may find, for example, may find a new cure for, let's say, Alzheimer, right? They may find a cure for Alzheimer. It's less certain that this will happen. We need, I mean, a lot of time, I think, to wait, but it's possible anyway. It could happen, but it's less certain that this will happen. So we need time that this can happen. Okay, but the one that I really like in the use of future is will, because with will, we can be sure and we can be certain that this prediction will happen. For example, I can think about, let me see, some things that I am thinking about. For example, vaccines for, let's say, all vaccines that can prevent rotavirus maybe will be affordable, right? Will be affordable in countries like the ones we are living in, for example. You see? So this is something that I think will happen maybe in 3 years or in 2 years or maybe in 1 year. Or maybe scientists will discover vaccines to prevent coronavirus. You see? Will, because in this case it's will, because maybe the vaccines will be discovered at the end of this year. I'm sure about this because the scientists are working hard on this, right? Or I can say, for example, another prediction. I think that maybe in the next year, there will be more, you see, automatic or automated, I think, not automatic, automated cars. Don't you think so, Kimberly?
Could you repeat the last part? Sorry, kind of
Yeah,
cut
I
off.
say that there will be more automated cars. Automated cars.
Oh yes, I think it's definitely true
Yeah, I think.
because
Mm,
technology it's always advancing and stuff.
yeah, and yeah, the technology is going very, I think, very fast in terms of, you know, advancing in new ideas, right? Yes, I think that will be something that will be, I mean, it will happen in the near future. And there are lots of things. I was reading something about this yesterday. Nanotechnology, for example, is going very fast. And this is something interesting because we can find new discoveries in the near future about different aspects, about health, about, you know, cars, about how the city will be in the future, because we have to change maybe how the city is being built now. So different aspects. So that will be very interesting to check in the future. Okay, it says ask and answer questions about future plans and argument and arrangements going to present continuous. Yeah. For example, let's see, Kimberly, are you going to do something in August? August, you're going to be, I think, on vacation in August, at least 1 week. Are you planning to do something? Are you going to travel to somewhere? Are you going to visit your friends? It depends on the pandemic, right?
Yeah. Regarding the situation, I think I might visit my family members, and that's it.
Yeah. Okay. And for the next year, are you going to do something for the next year in case that
I would like
the pandemic is over?
I would like to travel maybe to some place far.
Yeah, but when you talk about plans, remember, I'm going to travel to etc. etc. Right?
Okay.
It's not
So
incorrect, but when you talk about plans, we usually use going to. Remember, so I'm going to travel to etc. to the United
okay.
States to see my friends there, etc. And Kimberly, do you have any arrangement for tonight or for this afternoon?
No. What can I
No?
say if I don't have any
No?
plans?
Are you, for example, are you meeting some of your partners, for example, I mean, through this system, like Zoom or not? I mean, to prepare your future task or whatever. Or are you, for example, are you doing, let's say, for example, I don't know, maybe it could be, let's say, a research or something like that, or are you doing a homework this afternoon? That's an arrangement.
Yeah.
Are
So,
you helping
yeah,
your
I'm
mother?
I'm going to do some homeworks.
Yeah, so that's arrangement. It's not an arrangement. So it's an arrangement, but Not I'm going to do. I am doing, Kimberly. Remember,
Okay.
I'm doing. Present continuous is always used only for arrangements. So that's it. I'm doing. I am meeting my friends. I am looking for information this afternoon. I am practicing my English, or I am doing grammar exercises, etc. That these are the what we call arrangements. Okay. I know that it's not easy. It's not easy when you're learning, but little by little, the more exercises you do, the better you're going to be, in grammar. So when you repeat all the time, well, oh, I have to remember that when I talk about arrangements, you see, for example, I have to use present continuous. For example, I have an arrangement for tomorrow morning. You see, tomorrow morning, I am having classes with you. I am having classes with you, and I have it written. So we always write the arrangements, and we always write the dates when we have arrangements. For example, on Tuesday, which is tomorrow, Tuesday morning at 8, I'm having classes with you. That's my arrangement. Do you understand? Kimberly?
Yes,
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. And Tiare is she with us now or not?
Yes, she.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, Tiare, do you have any plans? Are you going to have any plans for August? In August, I guess you're going to have 1 week off from university in August.
In July,
In July? No, in August.
I'm having the birthday of my brother.
Ah, okay. So you're going to celebrate. Remember, if you have a plan, acuérdate que los plans, Tiare, plans, when we talk about plans, we use be going to, right? Plans, something that we have arranged to do. It's not the same as arrangements. Arrangements. Plans,
Yes.
for example, I'm going to celebrate my brother's birthday,
Birthday.
or I'm going to make him a birthday cake, or I'm going to celebrate him with a special tea with my family, right? This is my plan. All right, Tiare?
Yes, miss.
Can you tell me again, if I ask you about your plans for July, you say that your brother is going to be on birthday in July.
Yes, I'm going to celebrate my grandma and brother birthday in July.
In July, okay.
In July.
In July. Are you going to prepare something for that day?
I'm going to prepare. No, I'm going to buy a cake.
You're going to buy a okay.
Yes.
Where are you going to buy it?
I'm going to buy it in Jumbo, maybe.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah. So you're going to go to the Jumbo to buy, the cake. Okay, good. How old is your brother going to be?
3 years old.
Wow, he's very little. Okay, he's a little boy.
A baby.
A baby. He's a little boy. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, and do you have any arrangement for this afternoon, Tiare? Any arrangement for this afternoon?
Yes, I'm going to take care about my baby sister, about my brothers.
Yeah, okay. So again, Tiare, arrangement.
I'm going to work as a babysitter.
Yeah, entonces, I'm going to check that. Lo voy a arreglar. I am, yeah?
I am.
Yeah, entonces, you have an arrangement, right? So arrangements are used with present continuous.
Yes.
I'm taking care of my little brothers. I'm taking care. I am
I'm taking
care of my little brothers this afternoon. Right?
Okay.
I am
Yes.
being their babysitter. So I'm taking care of my little brothers this afternoon. That would be an arrangement. I am taking care, right? This is the present tense for arrangements. All right. Do you have any other arrangement for this afternoon or later in the afternoon?
No.
No. Are you studying something? Are you studying for other subjects, for example, some minutes or half an hour or an hour?
Yes, I'm going to study English grammar.
Yeah, so again, this is your arrangement for today, for this afternoon. So I am
Yes.
studying, again, yeah, concentrate. I am studying.
I am
I am
studying.
studying. I am studying grammar this afternoon. Or I am studying grammar, you know, I mean, this evening, if it is later, más tarde. I am studying grammar. So remember, some arrangements.
Sorry, I was thinking in going to.
No, because it's when you think about a plan, is when
Yes, it's
I'm
going to.
going to study tomorrow and the next week, right? But it's an arrangement that you
Yes.
have for tonight. Tonight, for example, in the evening or in the afternoon, right? So you have written this, y lo ha escrito, lo tiene anotado, apuntado ahí. I am studying grammar this afternoon. I am taking care of my brothers this afternoon, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Right.
So we have to be very careful about this. Kimberly, do you have any plan? Any arrangements for tonight? Tonight at about 10, 11?
I'm having a meeting at 9 p.m. with some people of Proseme.
Yeah. Okay, so this is an arrangement. You see, I can say I am watching a very important movie. You know this. I mean tonight, for example. This is another arrangement. Okay. Yeah, let's go. It says vocabulary in number 4. What does it say? Word in pairs. You each get 10 seconds, only seconds, to choose a word and name a job that the word describes. Okay, take turns naming jobs. For example, we can ask Kimberly, you know, I mean, to choose a word and name a job that the word describes. And you take turns naming jobs with the word and keep going until one person has no more ideas. The other person gets 1 point. No, we're not going to do that point. Okay, so what are the words here we have? Badly paid, manual, dangerous, outdoors, glamorous, rewarding, that means satisfying, indoors, that means inside, routine, used as an adjective here, normal, it means normal, right? Okay, so get 10 seconds and choose a word and name a job that the word describes. And you take turns, both of you take turns naming jobs with the word and keep going until you cannot say anything else. Yeah. Can we start? Can you start, please? Choose a word and name a job. I'm going to take one. I'm going to start. Rewarding. Rewarding. I'm going to choose a name of a job that the word describes. Rewarding, being a teacher. Being a teacher. Yeah, let's go on. It's a game. So one says one word and then we continue. When we don't have anything else to say, we stop. Yeah, 1, rewarding, being a teacher.
Dangerous, a firefighter.
All right.
Glamorous, being a model.
Yes. Indoors, being a chef.
Outdoors, being a farmer.
All right.
Routine, being a teacher too.
Okay. I disagree a little bit, but anyway, it's correct. Badly paid, elementary school teacher.
Manual.
Yes.
Construction workers.
Yeah. Okay. So that's
I think
correct.
we did all
Yeah,
of them.
we did it. We did it. We are very good. We did all of them. Yeah. Now let's go to number 5. It says here, working pairs for each of these jobs discuss the what qualities and qualifications you need and what the pay and conditions are like. Then say which job would be the best for your partner and give reasons. Okay. For each of these jobs, we have to discuss what qualities. So we have accountant, chef, firefighter, pilot, and vet. Okay, so we have to discuss the qualities, means the characteristics that we need from the person for this kind of job. And we have the qualifications, that mean the job skills that the person need for this kind of job, okay? And what the pay and the conditions are. And then after this, we can say which job would be the best for you. And then we have to say why. That's why we have to give reasons. Okay. Yeah, we have accountant, chef, firefighter, pilot, and vet. All right.
Miss, an accountant is como un contador.
Yes, it is. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so to be a chef, you need to have a good memory and very methodical, because all the recipes need like a structure, and if you don't follow them, then the recipes might come out wrong.
Right.
To be an accountant,
yeah,
you have to be good at mathematics.
Yeah.
And be organized.
Yeah.
Because you have to work with a lot of papers.
Yes. Okay. And both of you didn't tell me about what the pay and the conditions are like. For example, in the case of chef, what about the pay and the conditions?
It depends on where you work, because in some restaurants, they're not going to pay you as good as maybe if you work in a well-known restaurant or in a hotel or stuff like that.
All right.
And the conditions are pretty, they're pretty much the same for like the whole, I don't know how to explain.
The conditions, for example, the conditions, let's say, do you think that for example, if they are, or if they have some bonuses, for example, during the year, and they receive some bonuses in the year, for example, according to the number of customers that go to the restaurant because the food is really good. Maybe these are the conditions, one of the conditions. They have also vacations, paid vacations, for example. They have at least 1 or 15 days, which is the legal thing, 15 days of vacation. And his or her vacations are paid.
I think for chef in this case, some of them might receive commission for, let's say, more clients and stuff like that, but it's not very usual. I think they do get paid vacations, but I'm not really sure.
It depends, because if they have, Kimberly, if they have a contract, it's legal. They in case that you have a contract, you as a worker, you're supposed to have, these vacations, paid vacations, and this is legal, right? It's according to the law. Okay. Now, in the case of, you say accountant, what about the pay? What about the pay and the conditions? If you're an accountant, for example, Tiare, is
I think that
very good?
Depends on your boss, because my grandma have a boss and she has an accountant.
Yeah.
But my mother has an accountant too, but I don't know cómo decir. Él le pide poco dinero.
He asked some money?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, but when we think about an accountant, a person that works in a big company, do you think that this person earns a good salary?
Yes, I think.
Yeah, I think so. Accountants usually are usually well paid depending on the place where they work. If they work in a good company or in a good organization, the salary is not bad. Okay, and the conditions are good, right? In case that if you have a contract. Okay, and firefighter, well, this is my firefighter. I think that if you want to be a firefighter, you have to be very brave. You have to be with a lot of personality. You have to be creative. You have to be a person who acts, in a very fast way. And as qualifications, I think that you don't need maybe a lot of qualifications. The most important thing is that you have to be well motivated, to work as a firefighter. Well, I'm talking about what happens here in Chile, right? And in terms of the payment, the salary, they don't receive any salary in Chile. And the conditions, well, I think the conditions are not so good because of the fact that they don't receive any, for example, let's say any resources from the government, right? So I really admire the job of a firefighter. What about the pilot and the vet? Pilot and vet. Who's going to talk about the pilot and who's going to talk about a vet?
I think for a pilot, you have to have a lot of time because some flights are at night, some of them are in the afternoon, and they're just very unorganized. So I think you just have to be available for during the whole day.
Okay. Do you think what about the payment and the conditions?
The payment is really, really good. They get a good salary.
Yeah. And what about the conditions, for example? Do they receive extra money, bonuses?
Yes, they get a lot of bonuses because they also get some discounts to fly for their vacations and all of that.
Yeah.
So,
all right. So it's a very attractive, maybe, job. And what about a vet, Tiare? A vet. A vet, you know what a vet is, right? A vet is a person who takes care of animals.
I think that a vet has to be.
Has to be.
Has to be. I don't know how to say it. No tiene que darle asco la sangre.
Okay, so a vet has to be a person who, maybe who can operate, for example, on animals in a very, let's say, in a very professional way, of course. And you don't have to consider that blood is disgusting, right? Okay, right. What else?
They have to love animals and be prepared for any situation because you don't know what kind of operation have to enfrentarte.
Face. Yeah. Okay, so they need a lot of qualifications, right? First, I think they need, studies, and they need to study at the university because they study for 7 years, I guess. They study for many years, or 5 or 6 years, to become a vet, right? So they study a lot. So they have to be very well qualified to work, you see, as a vet. Okay, and in terms of the payment and the conditions, get it? Do they receive a good salary or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that, yes.
So you think the salary is good?
Yes.
Yeah. And what about the conditions? What are the conditions? I mean, it says what the pay and the conditions are like. The conditions are not bad. I think it depends on, of course, where they work. If they work, for example, some of them have their own clinics. Or if they work in a good clinic, for example, maybe the conditions are not bad. They can receive, for example, sometimes extra money, or they can have, for example, as everybody has, you see, vacations, paid vacations, and he has also, for example, the possibility to have shifts, shifts, turnos, shifts, so he can change, the time where he works, because he can work sometimes in 2 places, right? Maybe in a clinic or in another, place. And and also, for example, maybe these people can continue studying. So this is another maybe good condition that they can have, etc. Okay, from all these jobs, which do you think is the best for your partner and give reasons? Tiare, which of these jobs do you think is the best for Kimberly and why? Can you give me the reasons? Being an accountant, being a chef, being a firefighter, being a pilot, or being a vet?
I really don't know, but I'm going to choose chef.
Yeah, you're going to choose chef. Why chef?
Because I know that she knows make sushi.
Okay, she knows how to make sushi. All right.
Yes.
But I think, Tiare, I think that Kimberly, I think that being a pilot would be the best job for her because, you know, I mean, she studies English, she speaks English well. So when a pilot should speak English, right? Because remember, a pilot, if a pilot is traveling to the US or to another country in the world, you know, I mean, from the tower control, they give information, important information to the pilot, and this information is always given in English, not in Spanish. So I think that this is a good job for her, and maybe she likes, you know, traveling. So I mean, a pilot travels a lot. Remember, he stays one day in one country and then other 2 days in another country. They usually have little time, but they have time, you know, at least to go around the city where they are, so they can have the possibility to know the new place, so the new city, the new country, etc. And what about Kimberly? What do you think about Tiare? Accountant, chef, firefighter?
I think she would be a great accountant because she really likes math and she's really good at it.
Oh, I didn't know that. So, Tiare, you're very good at mathematics. Great. I didn't know that. Are you good at mathematics? Yes?
Yes, see.
Okay, so this is the perfect job for you then, because an accountant needs to know a lot about mathematics, right? Because you have to work with numbers all the time, right? Multiplying, you know, I mean, adding, etc., right? Dividing, and so on. All right. Now, do you agree or disagree with these statements and why? Everyone should go to college. College as a place where you can study to get, you know, a certificate, or a college can also mean, you know, a university when you go, when you continue your studies, right? So everyone should go to this place. Failing a test can be a good experience. In some cases, I agree, failing a test can be a good experience because we can start thinking about, oh, what mistakes I made. I have to study why I failed the test, you know, so maybe it could be a good experience. Dropping out of school is not the end of the world, and we never stop learning. Okay, do you agree or disagree with this? Do you agree with everyone should go to college? Everyone. What do you think? Do you
I agree with it.
Mhm.
I think if the person wants to, then why not? I
Yeah.
think it's worth a shot.
Yeah. So you agree? Yeah. And you, Tiare, do you agree with this? Everyone should go to college?
Yes, because
Yeah.
it is the best way to have a good future.
Yeah. Okay. Yes. So I also agree with both of you. I think that everyone should go to college, of course, if the person wants to, right? And if the person, let's say, for example, is interested in studying, right? Because studying is the only thing that can give you the opportunity to improve and also to be a better, for example, a better person, and to have the tools, you know, I mean, to work in life, etc. Good. Failing a test can be a good experience. What do you think? Failing a test can be a good experience.
I agree with this because it teaches you like a lesson in order for you to work harder for the next time, and
Yeah. And you, Tiare, do you agree with Kimberly about this?
Yes, I agree. But it is sad, but it teach me that I have to aprender más.
Learn more.
I have to learn more.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. I agree with both of you. I think that failing a test can be a good experience. I think it is. It is a good experience, right? Yeah, but I think that we have to be very mature, you know. I mean, when we fail a test, and we have to start thinking about that maybe we needed, for example, more, let's say, more attention probably, or maybe because we skipped some things that were important and we didn't check it, that's why we fail a test, or just simply because we consider that I mean, for example, that contents or that class was not important, and then we realized that we were you know, I mean, in a great mistake. So I think it's a very good experience. I think that we learn. That's, I mean, when you Tiare said that, I think you're right. We always learn a lot when we fail, you know, a test, right? Because we start thinking about the mistakes that we have made and the things that we have to improve. I think I have had students, you know, I mean, through my experience in education, that they have failed, for example, first year. And well, at the beginning, of course, that, yeah, it's sad. But then we start thinking, no, we have to be very mature and think that this is a good experience because maybe I didn't have, you know, the necessary, for example, contents to start my first year of university. So although I learned a lot, but I need to work harder. So that's why it's better to repeat, you know, the course again. People who have repeated, not all, but most people who have repeated, then they succeed, right, in the course, because now they can understand better the things that they didn't study in the school, for example, right? So I think it's a good experience. Dropping out of school is not the end of the world. Mhm. Yeah, what do you
Yes.
think? Yes, I think
I agree.
I agree. Yeah, dropping out of school is not the end, because well, because of what? You tell me. I'm not going to tell you now.
Because you can work and they are people that they didn't have the support of their parents,
The support.
and yes, and they didn't teach them.
Okay, so you mean their parents? Their parents didn't teach them? Yeah.
The parents
Or their
don't
parents
give the
didn't help?
support
Yeah. And they
and
didn't help.
didn't teach them the good things.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, this is not the end of the world. Can you add something else, Kimberly? Dropping out is not the end of the world?
Yes, I agree with Tiare, because I think you can also find success through other qualifications.
Yeah. Yes. I think so. Maybe this person can learn, you know, other things, and with this, you know, I mean, information, right? Maybe he can have the possibility to work, and then after some years, maybe he can start studying again. Why not, right? Because dropping out is not the end of the world. So you can do lots of things. Remember that there are different types of intelligences. So it doesn't mean that this is the end of the world. So there are people that are very good at, for example, drawing, so they can be good painters, or people who are very good at music, you can be a good musician. Or if there are people who are very good at, you know, manual things, so you can be someone very good at doing, you know, or creating things with your hands. So why not? It's a possibility, right? Okay, so sometimes, you know, parents, the only thing they have in mind is that their sons have to go to the university, and that's the only thing in life. And this is not the only thing in life, right? Good. We never stop learning. What do you think, Karen or Kimberly? We never stop learning.
Yes, I agree.
Yes, of course.
Every day we learn something new.
Yes, every day we learn something new. And although it doesn't matter the age we are, but we are always learning something new. There are people who are very old, 100 years old, but they say that they are still learning things that are new in life, right? So I think that we never stop learning. Even when we are professionals, we are always learning new things. So we never stop learning, baby. Never, right? What do you think, Kimberly? Do you agree or do you disagree?
Yes, I agree with this. It's
Yeah,
pretty obvious. We
yeah,
learn even like minor things, we still are learning.
yeah, exactly. Okay, and then we have in real life, what we have here is some requests that Ricardo, taught you. It says make sentences, make the sentence parts and make requests, and then act out. Yeah, for example, we have could you, is it all right if I, would you mind, would it be all right if I, and then we have, the second part, and with this part we can make, requests. For example, could you could you help me with this application? Yeah, this is a request. If I ask someone or a friend of mine, could you help me with this application? All right. Can you continue with number 2? Is it all right if I?
If I took off my jacket,
No, no, you couldn't. No podría ser. Why not? ¿Por qué no? Why not? Because it's in the present. Is it all right if I? So I need a present.
If I
Only
borrow your phone,
Yeah, that's it. Yes. Is it all right if I borrow your phone? That's correct. So when it's present, is it all right if I? In that case, you have to put the second ones as request in the present. So is it all right if I borrow your phone? Yes. Would you mind? Number 3.
lending me some
Yeah.
money.
Okay. Would you mind lending me? Because mind is an expression that takes the ing, the verb that follows it. That's why we say, would you mind lending me some money? All right. And would it be all right if what is correct here?
Took off my jacket.
Yeah, took off my jacket. This is different. You see, Kimberly? Because here we have would. Would it be all right if I? So is second is is the conditional. The clause number 2. Would it be all right if I? So if I, so we need to put the verb in the past, right? In this case, because of the first part. Would it be all right if I took, past of take, took off my jacket? Okay, so we have to be careful with some things. When it starts with the verb be and it's present, is it, like is it, if I, is it all right if I? Yeah, and then you put always the verb in the present. If, is it all right if I, for example, is it all right if I use your let's say, for example, your computer? Or is it all right if I use your teacher's guide? Yes, you see, but it changes when I say would it be, because that means if I use the if, would it be all right if I? In that case, we're talking about the clause number 2, type 2, and in this case we use if with the past tense. So that's why here it says would it be all right if I took off? Okay, if I took off my jacket. Okay, it says with your partner, you act out similar conversations for 2 of these situations. A problem at work, a meeting with a new boss, your first day at college. Well, we can act conversations like this, right? And then it says, I can't make a response to requests. Okay, and let me see, I'm checking this, number 9. Each person needs 4 pieces of paper. This is about predictions. For 4 topics on pieces of papers and write 2 negatives and 2 positive predictions. Yeah, I'm going to do this because in number 8 we can have it later. Lo podemos hacer después. I'm going to do it here. Later, pending. I'm going to go to this. And here it says predictions, right? So each person needs 4 pieces of paper. Write predictions for these 4 topics on the pieces of paper. Yeah, 2 negative and 2 positive. And then we can discuss the probability of the predictions coming true or try to guess who made each one. Yeah, we can write predictions about entertainment, about music, about shopping, about sports, etc. Maybe about education. You can add another topic, education, because education is very important. Yeah, 1 minute, tienen un minuto, 1 minute to write predictions, maybe 1 prediction, 1 positive and 1 negative for each of these topics. It says sports, shopping, music, entertainment. Yeah, predictions. Remember that you can use in predictions will when you're certain about that something will happen. We can use might when it's possible but very far from certain. May when it's less certain that this will happen. And could, yeah, when there are probabilities that this could happen. Yeah, okay, so entertainment. I'm going to write mine too. I'm going to just pick up one positive and 1 negative prediction. Maybe about sports, about shopping, about music, about entertainment. Entertainment, music, shopping, sports. Yeah, music. Sports. This I'm thinking about
So in order to make it
no, you can just put it in as you can start thinking. No, I don't care if it goes, you know,
no,
so structured. No, I mean choose any because it's maybe according to the ideas you're having in your mind, you can start.
Yeah, but my question is to make something negative, I have to use won't.
Won't.
And
Yeah, won't. And when it's may not, or might not,
okay.
or could not. Yeah. Henry's question. My name. Let's write. People name. Yeah, at least one, baby. I mean, it's not necessary that you write all of them because we can share. We can share the information. Compartir, we can share the information, right?
I just
Are you?
wrote a few.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote entertainment shows will have to be careful with getting infected.
Okay, yeah, all right.
And I also wrote shopping centers might be closed until the pandemic is over.
All right, predictions, good. All right. Tiare, do you have another, you know, let's say predictions for these topics?
Maybe sports.
Mm-hmm.
Football matches are going to start again
Yeah,
in the
football
future.
matches. Yeah, football matches will start again. Okay, when the pandemic,
Yes.
yeah, when the
Maybe,
pandemic stops. Okay. Mm-hmm.
and something negative, I really don't know.
Okay. Yeah, I put here. Well, shopping malls won't open in the you know, in the next months, and the shopping malls will open uh, when the pandemic is over, and with a lot of, you know, I mean, preventing, let's say, preventing information, right, to protect, you know, the population. And I put here something about sports. I put here people will do, so this is something that I'm certain, people will do a lot of sports to prevent diseases, and people will have at the same time programs about, for example, what to do when they have diseases, for example, like diabetes. And this program will be in a, maybe, I don't know, in a chip that the person is going to have in his or her body, and this, you know, chip will tell her what to eat, what diet to follow when the person has diabetes. And I think that um, people may have, right, a small room at home with simple machines, you know, to start doing exercise. This is what I wrote. So I'm thinking about the idea in sports that maybe this is something that I read also, that in the future, and maybe in 20 years, the idea is that, for example, if you have, if the doctor discovered that you have diabetes, they will insert, you know, a chip here, for example, on near your wrist, and so this chip is going to tell you, hey, for example, remember that this is your diet. Follow your diet. Your diet is in the morning you have to do this. At lunchtime, this is what you have to have lunch. You know, and then with this information, the person has to be, you know, I mean, sure that the things she or he has to do in order to feel better, because the idea is not to have, for example, let's say, I mean, a bad health in the future, is to improve health. So why not? I think it's a good idea. And the idea is maybe that people, you know, people, I think, will be more conscious in the future about diseases, because what they have found is that nowadays, there are lots of problems with diseases nowadays, not in Chile, all over the world, el mundo, in the world. And also because they have discovered that people, babies, are becoming more overweight than before, especially if you start having a, you know, a look, for example, in the US, and you see that people are like this immense, 200 kilos, baby, 200 kilos, young women, young men, young teenagers, right? So, and that's why they are very worried, and they are trying to look for something that can help these people, you know, to reduce, you know, weight. So it's terrible, I think. Well, so this is, you know, the part of, you know, the review of the unit 4, but I am very interested in what I sent you, lo que yo les mandé. This is the unit que les mandé anoche. Tiare la viste porque Kimberly ya la vio. Tiare?
Yes.
Ya. Can you do it? La pueden hacer and we can check it tomorrow. Y la chequeamos mañana porque está,
Okay.
las pasé por todo lo que hay en la unidad 4. Todo.
Okay.
¿Ya? Entonces
Ya,
mañana en la mañana la podemos revisar tranquilamente.
Okay.
¿Ya? Así que please try to do it and think about all the things that we have reviewed. Traten de bajarla más fácil, it's easier, right? And for the people who are going to watch this, we are going to review it, so you can also try to do it and try to review because maybe you need, to be clear about these contents, right? Okay, so we are going to stop. Hoy son 25 para las 12:30, 25 para la 1 ya. Babies, I'm going to stop now, so we continue tomorrow. And I hope,
Okay, Miss.
I don't know, let me see how the weather is. No, no rain, no rain, no rain. Okay, well, take care of yourself, babies. Be good
Yeah,
girls.
to me.
Help your moms, okay?
Okay.
Bye, Miss. Take
Bye.
care.
See you. You too.
Bye, Miss.
Bye. Zoom out.